Welcome back, boys and girls. I hope that you guys are all having a fantastic day today. So, 2 videos ago, we talked about the backstory from Mortal Kombat 2. In the last video, we went over Midway's Mortal Kombat 2 tie-in comic. So, in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the backstory from Mortal Kombat 3. And then in the next video, we're going to be covering Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And then after that, we'll be doing Mortal Kombat Trilogy. They're all basically the same game, but there are slight differences, and I'm going to give them all just their own videos because, you know, it is what it is. Now, as usual, though, we are only going to be using information that we learned from this game or anything that's relevant from the previous games that we've already covered. So there's a good chance that some of what we're talking about in this video might have already been retconned by now. But the whole point of this video series is to go through all the Mortal Kombat games and look at how they tell their own stories. That way, when we're done, we can go back and we can look at all the different retcons and the inconsistencies and the contradictions and all that fun stuff that took place throughout the series over the years. So if something has been retconned, you don't need to point it out in the comments. I already know. I can assure you of that. But to start, the first thing that we are going to do is take a brief look at the characters that we're going to be encountering in this video as we progress through it. I'm not going to go into very much detail about the characters right now because as we get into those various subplots of the game, you should learn everything that you need to know about them at that point. So there's no need to really talk much about them right now. I'm just going to give you their names. So Mortal Kombat 3 features 18 characters in total. There are 16 playable characters and then the 2 non-playable bosses. Now, out of the 16 playable characters, 9 of them are returning from previous games, and 7 of them are brand new, being introduced for the very first time in this game. So the returning characters that we have Jax, Kano, Kung Lao, Liu Kang, Shang Tsung, Sonya Blade, Sub-Zero, Noob Sabat, and Smoke. The new characters are Cyrax, Cabal, Nightwolf, Shiva, Sector, Sindel, and Curtis Stryker, with the 2 non-playable boss characters being Motaro and Shao Kahn. So Shao Kahn has been trying to take Earth for 1,000 years, so when his plan to lure the Earthrealm warriors to Outworld for a new tournament blew up in his face, with Liu Kang defeating Shang Tsung, Kintaro, and Shao Kahn himself, along with Jax being able to rescue Sonya, Shao Kahn said, you know what? F*** Liu Kang, f*** Raiden, f*** Earth, fuck the tournament, fuck the rules, and fuck the Elder Gods, and decided that he was going to take Earth in his own way. So Shao Kahn's Queen Sindel had died about 10,000 years ago, give or take. So with the help of his Shadow Priest, he brought her back to life. But instead of resurrecting her in the Outworld, she was reborn on Earth because this made it possible for Shao Kahn to pass through the dimensional gates to retrieve her. Which also means it gave him the opportunity to actually invade. So when he arrived, he forced the realms to merge, and this caused billions of people to be stripped of their souls immediately. Now, Raiden was able to protect a few select warriors, allowing them to survive, but this was the full extent of the assistance that Raiden could provide because, as a protector of Earth, a job he clearly sucks at, he is powerless in Outworld, and when the realms merged, Earthrealm became a part of Outworld. So Raiden became powerless. Now, Shao Kahn was aware of these survivors, though, so he sent out these extermination squads to hunt them down and to kill them. And since Raiden could not provide any assistance, it was up to these chosen warriors to defeat the extermination squads and repel Shao Kahn's invasion on their own. Now, Raiden's chosen warriors included Liu Kang, Cabal, Curtis Stryker, Sub-Zero, Nightwolf, Jax, Sonya Blade, and Kung Lao. Now, there are several different subplots happening during the game. So, having defeated Shao Kahn in Outworld, Liu Kang now finds himself as the prime target of Shao Kahn's extermination squads. In response to the upcoming threat, he aligns himself with Kung Lao and leads the rebellion against Shao Kahn and his Outworld minions. However, he also has an ulterior motive. He seeks to free Kitana's home realm of Edenia as well. With the latest advancements in human technologies, the Lin Kuei decide to automate their human assassins into soulless machines. 4 ninjas, Cyrax, Sector, Smoke, and Sub-Zero, are selected to serve as the first automation prototypes, but Sub-Zero and Smoke refuse to participate. forcing them to leave the clan. Unfortunately, Smoke is captured and is automated, along with Sector and Cyrax, and all three of them are programmed to hunt down and kill Sub-Zero. Meanwhile, learning of the looming outworld threat, Sub-Zero joins the rebellion against Shao Kahn. Jax discovers the location of both Sonya and Kano while in Outworld, and in freeing Sonya, he also frees Kano. Knowing that his near future means arrest, Kano uses this opportunity to escape into the depths of Outworld and ultimately joins Shao Kahn's forces. Sonya and Jax return to Earth and try to warn their government about the looming Outworld threat, but when their pleas are ignored, Sonya and Jax instead prepare themselves for the upcoming war by joining the rebellion. Despite both serving Shao Kahn, the Centaurs and the Shokan have been at war with each other for years. Suspicions arise when Shiva, who was appointed Sindao's bodyguard, learns that Motaro is appointed as Khan's general in his armies. With the apparent yet unconfirmed deaths of both Kintaro and Goro, Shiva begins to fear for her own race and makes plans to turn against Shao Kahn should her suspicions prove to be true. Largely dependent on a respirator and an undying thirst for revenge against the Black Dragon, who he believes is responsible for his brutal attack, Cabal joins the rebellion upon learning of Kano's survival. Though he realizes that he is the lone survivor of New York City, following the Outworld's invasion, Stryker remains ignorant as to why he survived the attacks. However, upon receiving a vision from Raiden and being informed of what's been transpiring, Stryker decides to find and join the other Earthrealm warriors. For many years, Nightwolf received visions that foretold and warned him of the upcoming invasion. Largely ignoring them, he feels guilty for not preventing it, and so joins the human offensive against Khan by casting a magical protection over his ancestors' traditional homeland in North America, and this region becomes a threat to Khan's occupation of Earth. And that is about all we have for this video, really. I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say much more about the game. Like I said, in the next video, we're going to be talking about Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and that video is going to be pretty short as well, because we're just going to be going over the different characters that were added to the game that were not already in Mortal Kombat 3, so that's pretty much the only difference between the games anyways. So if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. If it's not too much to ask, please consider subscribing and clicking the like button. It would mean the world to me. But I will see you guys next time.